This is going to be my number 2 layout for the 4x4 process video. It asks for the small strip, the 6x12, and this one. All the measurements are on Janet's RTS 4x4 series. RTS Scrapbooking is the channel. I picked out this extra cut apart piece from the page kit. Now, I thought about doing this, a few number of options, and I'm kind of going to go through them with you. So I know that I want to have these two together. I know that I want a space for my title, and this is just going to be a decorative element. I thought about using the thin piece this way or that way. To me, it really doesn't matter, but I feel like it would bring in the red over to this side as well. And it's kind of a neutral to help let the eye rest, so it's not that busy. The few options that I have is this striped orange paper or this blue, but I feel like this is kind of busy. I do like that dark navy blue to help out with this, the hat. It helps bring in that color of the hat, and it has a visual triangle here. So your eye would go all along the page because he brings in your eye to the photograph. So that was one option. This is one of the ones that I like the most. This is from a Mambi paper pad, and since it has writing here that doesn't go with my theme of my page, I figured I could just do that. This is gonna be kind of like the main layout. I feel like this yellow kind of goes with the background of the house, and it's kind of mellow, but it does have different textures because of the varying degrees. The only thing I have to worry about is not letting this show through. Maybe I could even color pencil in some of this so that I have a little more of a border to work through, and I can start by using my border here. At first I wasn't too wild about having to use it, but the more I put it against the paper, this strip, the more and more it really doesn't bother me. Whether I use it one way or another, I'm gonna use them because that's part of the challenge for the 4x4. And yeah, just see where I can push myself creatively. As far as this is enough for me right now. I also pulled out some washi strips that would go with the colors or elements in the photograph that I can pull out. If I do this black and white washi over here, or you know, to kind of mat between the two photos or over the two on both edges of the photos, I hope I'm making sense. I can also bring a black title in. I haven't pulled letter stickers out yet, but I do know that I want to maybe use one of these two, these elements or these sticker elements as well, which I haven't used in any. I think I only used one sticker, yeah. And I might bring in this red sticker in to also bring in more red for a visual triangle. So I have those elements that I know that I'm working with. I can always pull my letters out. I'm not too worried about that. If I make it as simple as possible with just this stuff, I would be happy to. One that I thought was really awesome that I didn't expect was this striped paper. I thought this striped paper was so much fun, and I couldn't believe, I have a hard time using stripes. I could not believe that this was going to be one of my options, but I do like, I think it's because the colors are really mellow, and so are the ones on this paper, with the exception of the bright green. I really think it pops. So I really like that because it also gives a chance for the bright green to shine, and the reds kind of blend in on the striped paper and on the pattern paper. And so to me, it doesn't seem like it's busy. I'm looking at it on the screen. As I was saying before I got cut off by my camera, is that I really like the fact that it surprised me. I have a hard time using stripes, like I said before, and I might just use it because of that fact, because I don't always gravitate to striped elements, and that might even be an extra layer of challenge for me. So I'm kind of excited about this, even though I really like this one, but I really do think I'm gonna end up doing that. I might mat the photos just to bring more focus to them. I might bring in this vellum just to give the pictures some breathing room, just a little bit of calmness in all the chaos of the pattern. It's not usually my style, but I wanted to challenge myself with this, what do you call it? With this pattern paper, because the page kit itself is something that I was having a problem with, and this is the beauty of this challenge, is that I can totally make this how I want. And right now, this is what's screaming to me, challenge, or totally do this. Even go more in the direction that you're uncomfortable with, at least to me. Since I'm already uncomfortable with all of these patterns, I might as well go all the way. And I might not even have to make it all, I could put it on a piece of craft paper afterwards, or even black, because I am trying to use some black elements. I might just the thinnest background of black paper just to kind of frame it all in. So I have plenty of ideas. Now, the other thing that I thought about doing, which I went back and forth on because I felt like it was cheating, is to use a really neutral black and white like I did with my first layout. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. I didn't even bother taking it off the decoration that I have it hanging from. But this was my last layout, and I did use, if I can come up closer, I did use the same polka dot. I don't even know if it's the same paper. I can't tell at this point, but it looks like it. I think it is because it is from the same paper pad. So the reason why I don't have a problem using this again is because this isn't gonna go in the same book that this one is, or the same date either. It's two different dates. So I don't have a problem with that. And this one is going to go in my son's book, and this one is going to go in the family album, since it has me and them two together. So that's another idea and that I could totally go with, but it just felt a little bit like cheating because it's the same background paper. But it totally is going to look the same, but also different, which I love. That's why I love this series. It's so super cool. Okay, so that was an option. And then I had a couple of bold options and a not so bold option. So let's go with the bright bold one again. So I just went, and my idea for this was just go all the way, push it all the way, push it as far as you can, as far as I lost my border. That's what I'm looking for. Push it all the way that you can creatively or visually with more spots, just more on top of more. So we might do that, and I still have space for my title, and I like that it's like a polka dot with a polka dot. So that was an option, but I'm actually leaning towards the yellow or the stripe at this point. I was just showing you my process as far as what I thought would go first. And it's just fun. I didn't have this yet. To me, it just is like party, never apologize for being who you are. So the fun background, it reminds me of like confetti or celebrating who you are. And so the mood and feel of this paper to me made it a choice for me. So those were my options, but I honestly think that the winner for me after going through them here on video is this one. And that's been about 5 minutes. It's probably a minute and 20 minutes over what my decision was supposed to be. I probably was supposed to do this at the beginning without having all the photographs and what I was going to do, but I'm doing this by layout because I want to play with my product. All I'm doing is really just playing without really trying to overthink it. So this is going to be my choice, and I'll come back with the finished product, or you might see a bit of the process if I decide to film that. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I do end up trying to use this yellow, but the yellows don't match, as I'm saying here. So I'd bring in this navy washi tape. It's from Heidi Swap, and I got it from Janet from RTS. Hi, Janet. And I do bring in that camera sticker right, and I leave it there, except I come back to it because I want to see what other elements from the sticker sheet I can use. I do end up bringing all the elements that I did try out on my page, and so I'm trying to put it together. I really like the way that this blue washi tape came in to tie everything up and to kind of make borders, really strong borders to emphasize or to kind of hug the picture out. I really liked that. I did bring that camera paper down and switched that 3x4 card so that my words would balance out with my journaling spot, because I knew that I wanted to bring in some journaling and they would kind of be on opposite ends of each other. And so that's why I put the camera paper down on the bottom and that quote up on top. I do add the date on that little label sticker, and that 3 comes down just a bit to the bottom left hand part right there of the corner of the photos. That's what I was trying to say. Let's see here. So I'm adding a little foam to give the documented sticker some dimension. And here you can see that I added the date to the sticker, to that label sticker. And I am putting some more ATG tape so that I can adhere my paper a lot better. And other than that, I do put the title in the journaling spot, which came quite easily because it wasn't anything, to note. It's just something that says, whether quiet or loud, you both are great kids. I don't mind the crazy every once in a while. In fact, sometimes I even encourage it. Just remember to be yourselves. Love, Mom. And that's my layout. I did outline those yellow stickers, and I think I talk about that process in the rest of the voiceover. You guys, I came back to the video because I wanted to show you the actual finished product. I added some enamel dots. You guys. So I actually colored this one a little bit more with a Copic marker because I had this green and I ran out. And so I did 3 here by the title, 3 here by this corner cluster. And then I kind of spread these last 3 out. There's 2 right there and then 1 right here. So that kind of gets that clustered together too. So that is the end of my number 2 layout for this 4for4 series. It was a super simple journaling, and I like that I outlined these letters. If they come off later, that's fine because they're black outlined onto the paper, and so I know where they will go if they go missing. Hopefully these enamel dots stick to where they're supposed to be, and yeah. I had a lot of fun doing this one. It was super fun. All right, we'll see you in the number 3 of this 4for4 series. Bye.